You may find yourself living in a teardrop trailer. And you may find yourself in another part of the world. And you may ask yourself, well, how did I get here?
So I'm continuing on with my When Things Fail. What the fuck? And this is episode 18. So in the last episode, I gave up. Like, straight up, just gave up. You know, it'd been 2.5 years waking up just with this crazy neurological disorder and physical impairments, mental impairments, things that usually people would think are a big deal, but for some reason with me, you know, it wasn't. I was dismissed a lot. I was staying with someone who was an alcoholic and pretty much blamed me for having a miserable life because of just living, even after he had, told me, I want you here. Things like, I can't do this without you, blah, 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 getting me to move there, all these things. And then all of a sudden, after I'm sick and he realizes he can't screw around with other women with me, I'm the bad guy. I'm the burden. He's stuck with me and feels guilty because it happened, on my way to move there. So it's this whole complicated situation of just an age-old story of being dismissed by doctors because they don't know what to do. They don't have a name for it. And if they don't know what to do or anything, then you're obviously faking it, and so screwed it along. And I kept getting worse and worse and worse. And like I said in the last episode, I quit. I couldn't handle being a burden. I couldn't handle feeling like nobody understood or cared what was going on in my body and what I was trying to explain to them. Not just doctors, but also my family and my friends and people that knew me before I was sick, just not being able to really grasp the idea that I'm different now physically. Like, I can't just go get a job. I can't walk very far. I can't lift anything, without having a seizure or an episode or something. And it was really different because I was always like this, very energetic, happy, how you the smile, the happiest people are hiding the hardest truths in life. I was that. I was Sunshine, nicknamed, always dancing, always trying to get people to dance and sing and have fun, and hiking and doing all these things that I loved, and sitting there every day for 2.5 years in pain, not being heard, not being treated by doctors, being treated and dismissed by friends and family like a burden, being blamed for other people's unhappiness. And all I could do was sit there all day and just think about that. And it killed me. I wasn't contributing to society in any way. I couldn't. And I didn't want to be a burden on the system. But after I tried to end it and I woke up with a new sense of determination. I was like, okay, I've been trying really hard. I have been doing all of these different therapies, all these different doctors, and I hadn't given up. I was really, really, really trying on my own, by myself, completely by myself. And I, had that moment of, fuck it. It'd be easier for everyone if I was gone. And when that didn't work out, I woke up with more determination. So my doctor and I decided to reschedule the nerve conduction studies that we were waiting on for the office to open to send to UCSF to get in from someone else who was open during COVID. I got a representative for disability. I got just tons of stuff put together, and it finally worked out that I got an appointment at UCSF. I got my hearing notice for disability. They're like, well, you're gonna get a hearing, we'll let you know when it is, within like 60 or 72 days or something crazy like that. So I was still waiting on that, but that gave my representative and I time to really put things together. And he was like a neuropsychologist too, and we'd met, and he was like, yeah, you definitely have a case, you're definitely not faking it. He's like, you're one of the few people that I really want to help. And he did. He worked so hard on my case, and I am so grateful for him. We were on the phone all the time. He came over to the house to see me because I couldn't drive or get out to go anywhere. My doctor, who I still see, though when I found through the other doctors, he's still also really determined to help me. So, I have this team, and, my doctor was, next step is UCSF. And so I get this appointment, UCSF, I get this doctor. She does like small nerve fiber biopsies on me and more blood work and tests and everything, and still can't find anything really that gives her an idea, but she's also really determined to help me. And it's kind of fun. She's also part Japanese, and we have the same exact birthday. So we get along really well. So my doctor and her, they're collaborating with a couple medications to help me at least function and not constantly have these seizures. She gave me books to read on, non-epileptic seizures and just other things to do, to work on, physical things. I already was always doing my yoga. I used to practice Ashtanga yoga, like, very, very faithfully, and now I still do, and it's one of the few things that I can do, because it is very calming to the central nervous system, and I make sure that that's, part of what I do. I'm not just out here not doing anything for myself. I'm making sure that I take a walk every day. I do my yoga every day, even if the walk is like to the end of the driveway and back, and that's all I can do that day. I did it, and if my yoga is laying down and crying, I did it. I got my mat out. But I'm getting there, and working on myself, trying to tell my story, because I want to help people who have felt this dismissal from the medical community and our healthcare system, which is neither for your health or to care for you, and people fighting for disability, that really need it, and getting dismissed in that way, and how that affects your mental health too. Keep getting dismissed and denied, and how that wrecks like your whole life. I am kind of skipping ahead, but I had to end up waiting over a year for disability to come through when I had no income, so and no fam help other than just my little soap shop and stuff, and so that's part of the reason I couldn't stay in a house to live in. I couldn't afford it. So you all of a sudden become disabled, and everything is taken away from you. Your people you thought were there for, friends, family that were there to help you, your sanity, because you're being questioned and told that you're lying all the time, or denied access to things that you need just to be a basic human being, and I know this one's gonna go long, but you can't have more than $2,000 to your name and collect disability. So my disability is the supplemental income, because I was always like bartending and things, and I didn't have enough of a work history to qualify for Social Security. So I had to do the supplemental. So it's not much a month. They think you're supplementing an income, but you still can't have over $2,000. And so how are people with a disability who can't work normally, function in society, supposed to save money to have a place of their own, to not be a burden on the system. If I could save money to get a piece of land to live on and have a garden or whatever, I wouldn't need as much help, because I would be growing my own food. And that's something that's healing to me, is to sit and garden when I can, even though, it's hard physically to get out there and do it. If I had a little box and a stool, I'd be totally happy just to sit there all day and eat zucchini or something. I got way off track on this one. But anyway, I woke up with this new determination. I got the representative. I got into UCSF. I got on new medications. And the medication that my neurologist from UCSF put me on, it was going to take a few months to work. I was really, really tired. It made me sleep for like a good month while we increased the dose and got me used to it and things like that. So I basically just slept a lot. But after that, I started getting up and I started being able to do little things, and I started to see the little sparks and lights in life, and just appreciating all of that so much more, to the extent where I was willing to do anything to get out of this situation where I felt like I was being put down all the time, and I was kind of tethered and walking on eggshells and being emotionally manipulated. Although I had a roof over my head, it was too heavy. And it was worth it to me to continue with this medication for a few months, keep upping it until I found my right dose, and leave however I could and go see everything in the world that brought me joy and happiness, and hopefully inspire other people to do that, to get out of a bad situation when they feel stuck, no matter what is going on. I was very against taking pharmaceutical medications for a long time, but I had to come to terms with the fact that without them, I would be in bed. They might not be great for me in the long run. They might, be hard on my liver. They might be whatever, but here I am, and I am able to be here and to talk to you and smile and laugh. And that is worth everything.
Let the days go by, let the water hold me down. Let the days go by, water flowing underground into the blue again. After the money's gone, once in a lifetime, water flowing underground.